Nintendo news, viewer questions, player spotlight, and our Nintendo Time Portal is all coming up. Stay tuned! The Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast starts shortly. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast starts shortly. Support this podcast by blasting that like button, sharing the stream, and subscribing right now. Gamers, get ready! The Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast with your hosts, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard, starts right now.
All right, and welcome everybody. Eddy Ray from NintendoChitChat.com, and welcome back to our podcast. We are live on both YouTube, gaming, and Facebook, so we'll keep up with the chat as good as we can. Good to see you all out there. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. You guys are talking about cats, kittens, food, and swimming in a pool on Facebook, mixed with YouTube chat. You guys are crazy. But we're here to talk about games, this week's news, our time portal, your questions too. And I think Dank was the only person talking about a game, but hopefully you guys get yourself geared up for this episode. Episode 27 coming at you live today on July 20th, 2018. Thanks for the likes on Facebook. Good to see you guys there. We got Eduardo, Matt, Anarian, Angel. Frank went swimming. We have Christina on YouTube, Demetrius, Megan, Yoshi Plays, Mostic, Dank, and others too. Good to see you guys. Megan, hello. So we have a full week's news to talk to you guys about. We haven't been here for about 3 weeks, but we're back live now with the podcast once again. And if you haven't checked out our live stream today, do so. We did a live stream on Facebook for a game called Turtle Pop, A Journey to Freedom. A pretty cool little puzzle platforming game. We uploaded the episode to YouTube today as well. And that's where you want to go, to our YouTube channel and search Turtle Pop and leave a comment in that video from today. We'll give you about several days or so to do that, but leave a comment now. Take care of that. That will automatically enter you into the contest or giveaway for that game. We have a few codes to give away. We're giving one of those codes away for Turtle Pop on the Switch. It's a digital code for the eShop, and again, that will happen probably next week. So go to the YouTube channel and search for Turtle Pop, NintendoChitChat. Enter your comments in there today. All right. So, without further ado, we bring on Samantha here and kicking off the news here in a bit. So, we'll be right back after our break. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your hosts, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard. We'll be right back after the short break. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Eddy Ray with you here, and we'll be bringing on Samantha Lienhard once again. Samantha, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
How
Good
are
to be
you?
here again.
Yeah.
Good. How are you?
Good. It's good to have you here. And we got a bunch of news here to talk about. I know when we were in hiatus, we had some more news, but we added a few of those, I think, into this discussion as well. So we'll be kind of covering most of this stuff for this week, and a few tidbits, I think, from last week or whatever, too. So let's get right into it here with Samantha. And you guys on Facebook and YouTube, keep on commenting and chatting, and we'll catch up to you as much as we can here. So to kick things off, for Nintendo News Bites, we have our Nintendo Switch news. So let's go right into that. This is for the week of 15th of July through the 21st. And the first thing is a game called Stay. And this is coming to the Switch this summer. No date announced yet, but what kind of game is this, Samantha?
Yeah, so they described it as a thriller, and this released on the PC previously. And the basic idea is that in it, there's a character who is trapped in a room with only a computer, and I believe you are the person he is talking to. So you're trying to help this person escape, and one of their features is that it is sort of real time. So I believe if you spend too much time not playing the game, then the person isn't as interested in trusting you or things like that. Like staying away from the game will have an effect from the description.
That sounds really neat. So it gives you some kind of real life feel, I guess, to it of showing attention to the characters or whatever in the game. That's really cool. That's called Stay. And no other details regarding pricing or whatever, or even release dates, just this summer. So
Yeah, not yet.
we have another month or so of summer, month and a half probably. I guess 2 months actually. Yeah, so that's cool. That's called Stay. All right, moving on, we have a story-driven puzzle game called Will, A Wonderful World, also coming to the Switch this summer, or this year, I should say. No specific date, whether it's summer or fall or winter. What do we know about this one, Samantha?
Yeah, so this is another one that was on the PC previously, and this one sounds pretty interesting. The basic idea with this one is that the main character is a girl who finds out that she is a god, and so she receives these messages from people who are asking for help, and so you then are supposed to change these people's destinies.
Interesting. That sounds really cool, actually. We have a bunch of silhouettes here of some of the characters. There's also a smaller, like, is it a cat or a creature of some sort down below?
I think the description said there's a dog that's another one of the gods.
Okay, very cool. That's really neat. So that's Will, A Wonderful World. And again, it's coming to the Switch this year sometime. So as we learn more, we'll pass it along to all of you. So, hey, Fernando, we got you on YouTube chat. Hey, Dank. Awesome. Alex Plays, good to see you. We got Jesus, Jose, good to see you guys on Facebook as well. We'll be talking to you guys as we move on through the news here. All right, so we have a game called Nero, N-E-R-O, and this is a pretty interesting title too. This is Nothing Ever Remains Obscure, coming to the Switch, both physically and digitally, on October 26th, so mark your calendars for that. We also have a new trailer available for that game. We have it linked on our website, so go to NintendoChitChat.com, look for our news article, and find the trailer. What else do we know about Nero, Samantha?
Yeah, so this is yet another one that was on the PC first. There's quite a few of these being ported.
Cool.
This one is a first-person exploration game. Looks like some sort of puzzle solving in it too. The trailer looks like it has some pretty beautiful environments.
Very neat. You'll have to take a look at the trailer. I didn't get a chance to yet, so I'll be doing that probably after the podcast ends. So that sounds really neat. Pretty interesting title. And Yoshi in YouTube chat says, hey, nice glasses. Thanks. These are for computer viewing. They block out blue light from the monitors and stuff. So I'll be wearing these a lot as I stream. All right. Samantha, we have some more South Park news to talk about too. And what game is this?
Yeah, so this one is The Stick of Truth, which was the previous South Park game. And so they announced that it will be on the eShop by September.
Nice.
So if you enjoyed the second one, then
Yeah.
the first one is also coming.
Right, so we'll have 2 South Park games on the Switch then. That's really cool. All right, and then we have some really interesting games to talk about. This next one is Redeemer Enhanced Edition. This is coming to consoles in August, including the Switch, for a price of $24.99. We also have the announcement trailer linked on the news article, which the trailer you can view right now. What else do we know about Redeemer Enhanced Edition?
Well, Redeemer was a top-down brawler on the PC, and so now they are bringing it to consoles. The Switch version costs a little more for some reason. I believe the other ones it's going to be $19.99, and ours is $24.99. But oh well.
Interesting. Yeah, a little bit of a tax there. They call it a Switch tax, however.
The Switch tax, yes.
But this is like a digital. I'm sure it's digital only. I'm assuming. I'm not sure though.
Mm-hmm. I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so it can't be like raising the price for a cart at this point. But yeah, so that's really cool. I couldn't find any graphics or cover art for the enhanced edition yet, but we have the one from Redeemer, I guess, which is available right now on the PC. So check it out. Sounds really neat. All right, then we have some big news regarding digital monsters. We have strategy RPG Digimon Survive has been announced for the Switch and the PS4. And that's for 2019. Any other details for Digimon Survivor?
Not too much. They've only shown a few scans, I believe it was in a magazine, so then the scans were posted online with information about it. And of course, there have been a lot of...
Or was that just an announcement?
Okay. I think it was an announcement, but then it was... I don't think... Like, it was released outside of the magazine so far. But I don't think it was a leak. I think it was just the official announcement.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I couldn't find any artwork for it, so that makes a lot of sense. Just being in a magazine.
Yeah, I don't think there's any artwork on the internet for it yet. But I don't think they've done strategy RPGs before. They've done turn-based RPGs.
Yeah.
Digimon has gone all sorts of places, but this might be the first time they've done a strategy RPG.
Right. Very cool. Yeah, Dank says weird hiatus of the podcast. Well, yeah, we need to have viewers. That's the key. So if you guys are listening and watching, the more viewers we can get, the better. Otherwise, we can't keep doing it financially. So the more viewers you guys can bring to the stream, whether telling your friends through word of mouth or sharing, liking is fine too, but hitting that share button is actually more important. That's kind of word of mouth. And the more we make this grow, the more we can be here for you guys. So just keep that in mind. And I thank you all for being here. And of course, Samantha too. Cool. All right, moving along from Digimon, we have Akihabara Crash 123 Stage +1. That's the title of this next one. And what kind of game is this, first off?
Yeah, I have no idea what's up with that title. This is a block-breaking game. From what I understand, it's in a series. But I wasn't familiar with it. I don't know if they all have titles like that, but this is in a series called Block Crash.
Interesting.
And I don't know if they've ever been localized or anything, but yes, that's quite a title. And so this is a block-breaking game. Like, I think the sort where you bounce a ball and try to break all the bricks. Okay,
gotcha. It's a really weird title. So is this just like... Stage +1 kind of confused me. Is it the full game, or is it just like a part of the game, or what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. The description says that it's going to be set in, or themed after Akihabara, and will feature numerous maids and cosplayers. So I don't know. And there's going to be some sort of audition for cosplayers to appear in it.
This game will have lots of surprises, I'm sure, for this game. If you guys hear any kind of humming, by the way, it is my air conditioner. We had to get it fixed today, so it was really hot in here earlier, and I didn't turn it off because I would be sweating up a storm right now if I didn't have it on. So if you hear a little bit of humming, I apologize about that, but if you don't, even better. All right, so Furyu announced this next title. This is another long one here. Take it away, Samantha.
Pikachu Kit? I don't know. I'm not going to attempt the rest
I
of it.
want to say Pikachu. Every time I see that Pikachu, it's like...
Yeah, so this is, looks like a sort of very cute little game where you're trying to restore some sort of park, or you're trying to buy back a park. So a park has been bought, and now these kids are trying to make enough money so that they can buy it back.
Interesting. Yeah, when I see this Pikachu kit, I want to say Pikachu automatically. Just one of those things that comes out of your mouth. It's like... and is this already out? Is this coming to the Switch from different platforms, or is this a brand new game? Or
I think that this is brand new. It's coming to the Switch in Japan on November 8th. So yeah, I think it's brand new.
Okay. And I couldn't really find anything for it besides a few screens. Is this also a cartoon at all then, or do we know?
I think so, because the description says something about making friends with characters from the anime. So I assume this is based on
There
something.
you go. Yeah, that's probably what I searched for then. I probably got some anime graphic up here on the screen. So just was curious about that. So that's probably the case then. Okay. Very cool. So if you guys are interested in that, keep your eyes. It's coming to the Switch in Japan in November 8th. All right. So moving on, we have Crush Your Enemies. And this is coming to the Switch eShop on August 2nd, so about a week and a half, 2 weeks away. We have a trailer available right now. And what kind of game is this?
Yeah, so this is a barbarian-themed real-time strategy game. We don't have a lot of those yet.
No,
so
we don't.
If you're a fan of real-time strategy,
yeah, very much so. I think we actually talked about real-time strategy games a few podcasts back, asking kind of where are they, and besides like Pikmin possibly coming, which is RTS.
Right, I think we included as like one of the biggest genres that the Switch seemed to be missing. Or one of the biggest genre gaps.
So I'll keep my eyes on this then. And that's coming to the eShop then August 2nd, August 2nd, so not very far away. We're almost at the end of July already. It's pretty amazing. All right, and then Magic Scroll Tactics is also coming to the Switch. And this is an RPG as well.
Yes, this one is a side-scrolling tactical RPG, which is interesting. I can't think of very many tactical RPGs that use a side-scrolling view.
That is pretty unique. I don't know any offhand, actually, yeah. Looks really neat. I have a screen up here of the game, too, so I really wonder how this plays. Very curious about this. Again, this is called Magic Scroll Tactics, coming to the Switch. No other details for that yet. No dates or even years really, but we know it's coming to the Switch, so keep your eyes out for that. All right, let's move along then into specific release dates that we know about from this week. We have dates for games coming to the Switch all the way through July into 2019. So Samantha, kick us off with the first one if you like.
All right, so we were talking about South Park a little bit ago, and so the Fractured Butthole has a DLC coming called Bring the Crunch, and so that is coming on July 31st for $11.99.
Nice. We have De La Cruz Oscar on Facebook. Good to see you. We got Frank Flint back from swimming. Maybe he's swimming and having his tablet in the pool at the same time. Be careful if it's not waterproof. But welcome back, Frank. Good to see you. All right, and then we have August 2nd is 1979 Revolution Black Friday. That's coming to the Switch, August 2nd again, and we also have a trailer available for that. That's linked on the news article as well, so do check that out. And then what's for August 9th?
So August 9th is Unexplored Unlocked Edition, which I think we talked about previously.
Yeah, I think a few podcasts back we mentioned this game. Also a new trailer available for that too, so check out those trailers. And then a fun one here, we have August 10th, Runbow. The Retail Deluxe Edition is coming August 10th for $29.99. So if you're interested in that Deluxe Edition retail, that is your date, August 10th. Got some more August to talk about here. Polygod, August 17th, goes for $14.99. And again, a new trailer is also available for that, all linked on the news article. So lots of viewing here if you guys are interested in these games. Check them out and learn more. All right, and then some Sega Ages dates here, or at least a month for Japan too. What's this, Samantha? Cover that for us.
Yes, so sometime in August, Sega is going to be bringing Sonic the Hedgehog and Thunder Force 4 to the Switch under this Sega Ages branding that they discussed previously.
Yeah, I couldn't find really any images for those two specifically without editing one myself, so I have kind of the one with Phantasy Star also attached to this. Was Phantasy Star out yet or not? I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think these might be the first one to have dates.
I think
I'm not
so.
positive.
Yeah, I think they are. I'm not positive either, but it sounds like it is from what I recall. So if anybody knows in chat, let us know, but I think you're right. All right, so Sega Ages, again, Sonic the Hedgehog and Thunder Force 4. Again, that's Japan too. So if you're interested in those, check them out. All right, and then 2018, Daedalus, The Awakening of Golden Jazz. Do we know what this is, this game here?
Yes, this I believe was announced when we were on break.
Okay.
So we've been talking a few times about the Jake Hunter games, and there's one coming out called Prism of Eyes. I believe that's the one. It is when it comes out, it's going to include a demo for Daedalus, The Awakening of Golden Jazz, which is a prequel to the series. So I believe it is going to be like set when the main character is a child. So this is part of that same series, but as a prequel.
Okay, yeah, it'll be nice to have then on the Switch. That's for Japan then. Again, 2018, so this year sometime. All right, and then summer of 2019, we have, is that Fuga or Fuga?
I think Fuga, but I'm not positive.
All right, and then we have some games 3 months after, and that's Tokyo Ogre Gate. And then 3 months after that, this is all timed, we have Cecile. And we have a new video available out for all three of these games. And this is the CyberConnect, I think, publisher, developer for these games. Yeah, so we have these coming
they are. Yeah, they announced they were going to be self-publishing 3 games. They're calling it the Trilogy of Vengeance or something like that. And so these are those 3 that they've now announced the Windows for. And worldwide releases for all 3, I believe they said.
Very cool. So we have a little graphic up here for these, kind of giving you a little sliver, a third of each one of these games for those last 3. Awesome. All right, so good to see you guys. We got Simon, Megan, Frank, Dank in chat, plus more. Frank Flint says, any Yokai Watch 4 news, Samantha? Of course. Well, we have that screen.
We're getting to that next.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here. Actually, look at that. Good timing. Wow, from Frank and Samantha. Excellent timing with you guys. Yeah, here we go. So trailers and details for this week's Nintendo News section. Yeah, we have the first screenshots and details revealed for Yokai Watch 4. And I have a screenshot that was released here. And what details have been released that we can discuss?
Well, of course, first of all, we're just getting to see the graphics. This will be the first Yokai Watch game on the Switch. So
looks really
you can see
good.
how it looks. Yes, it looks very good.
Yeah.
Definitely taking advantage of the system. We've also confirmed what I believe the art kind of hinted at previously, which is that characters from multiple Yokai Watch worlds are all going to appear in the game, and I believe cross over in some way.
Very cool. What did you think when you first saw the
screenshot? Time travel thing going on. What?
What did you think when you first saw the screenshot?
I was impressed. It looks really good.
Yeah, they always seem to push the hardware, whether it's a 3DS or now the Switch. So, yeah, I think it looks excellent.
And it's nice to see that the series is coming to the Switch not looking like a 3DS game. That is actually looking like, all right, here we are, we're on a more powerful system.
Yep, they actually look like they have everything, like a nice, beautiful engine. So it's 3D. We have nice shadows and shading here and character models. So we have like a super beefed up, jacked yokai in the back there. You see him?
Yes.
Jibanyan is like...
Jibanyan has... I'm not sure that's some sort of form from another world or what's going on there.
I think he took up wrestling, actually. I think he's going to defeat Brock Lesnar for the title at SummerSlam, probably. But yeah, so pretty hyped about this, guys. Let us know in the comments if you're excited for Yokai Watch 4 on the Switch. Looks really good. Frank says, I see gibbers. Dank says, LMAO. Yeah, looks really weird.
That might be what he looks like in one of the other worlds. That might be the shadow side Jibanyan. I'm not positive.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, yeah, it could be. All right. Well, let's move along then off of Yokai Watch 4 to a really cool commercial. We have a retro-style commercial that came out for promoting Sonic Mania Plus, which is, again, the DLC. Or I guess you can also buy this, separately, too, for Sonic Mania. We have A nice little retro style commercial. If you guys saw it, I haven't seen it. Have you seen it, Samantha?
Yes.
Pretty cool. And this is, I guess, just going back to the roots of Sega and Sonic with the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty neat.
I like the game.
Yeah, that's really neat. So guys, if you want to see that, go to the website at NintendoChitChat.com. We have it linked so you can see it for yourselves. All right. We have a second trailer available now for Saga Scarlet Grace. Anything new regarding this trailer?
I don't think it showed off too much new that we didn't already know, just general overview of the game.
Okay. That's what I figured. All right. And then we also have a new trailer for My Heroes 1 Justice, and this introduces the game's features. Anything of note to take away from this trailer?
Let me see. It's been, that was a few days ago. I'm trying to remember what that was now.
That's okay.
I think so it did show that there's going to be some different modes. So there's going to be a story mode, mission mode. There's going to be online battles. I think that was pretty much.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
General
Online battles are nice. Yeah, it's kind of tough, like keeping up with every single game and trailer and detail, because with the Switch now, guys, literally, well, I think it was Nintendo a few weeks back. Didn't they just say they want to have 20 to 30 games in the eShop new every week? And people were saying crazy. That's just too much. Like, things are already getting buried.
You can't keep up with that.
I know, that's just insane. I mean, there already are like dozens and dozens of games every week, digitally and physically releasing. It's just really tough to keep up with it all. But we're trying our best here, and I'm sure Nintendo is too. But hopefully they can do some more things. Hey, Aaron, in the Switch eShop to kind of let some of the ones that are new get more of a better placement without being buried right away. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But we have Gamatsu. They have a new interview available about Little Dragon's Cafe. So if you guys are interested in that, we have it linked to our website news article. Anything regarding the article, Samantha, for the interview?
Oh, there's some general story comments comes about the inspirations for it. One thing that I found kind of interesting, kind of cute, is that there's not going to be any battling in the game. But if you have your dragon with you, the dragon can tackle creatures to get ingredients from them, even though they're not going to be defeated, they're not going to be killed.
Okay.
But the dragon apparently tackles creatures to get ingredients from them.
Gotcha. So they're kind of making it PG friendly, I guess, with that kind of.
That's what it seems, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. Don't forget, my favorite part of the game is what you feed your dragon is the color it will turn, which is really neat.
Yes.
That's my favorite feature of this game so far. I'm sure I'll find more to love about it, but I'm very excited about Little Dragon's Cafe. All right, we have a new trailer available for J. Contra Detective Story, Prism of Eyes. Introduces some new things, including 2 protagonists. Main story scenarios, so that's really cool. We've been discussing this game
I think we discussed
quite a bit.
I think we mentioned a couple weeks ago that this was the first time that these other 2 characters were actually having their own main stories, and so now this new trailer just goes into those a little bit.
Very nice. We have our sponsor in chat, JKW. He's been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, so he got his Xbox, and he's got Black Ops 2 playing, which is really cool. As we're doing a Nintendo podcast, he's playing Xbox. All right, I see how it is. Just kidding. Welcome to the podcast, JKW, our sponsor. Good to see you. All right, then we have a new teaser trailer for The Walking Dead, the Telltale series final season, with a gameplay demo to be shown at Comic-Con and posted today. So has that already been posted or not?
I think it should have been. I've been trying to avoid news because I don't want spoilers for the previous seasons.
Yeah, I don't blame you, actually.
But I think that should have been posted already.
I would think so. Yeah, here we are, East Coast time, almost 6:30. So yeah, probably it's already been posted. If not, it will be posted before the end of the day, I'm sure. All right, then we have Gal Metal. It will cost $29.99 on the eShop with the Encore DLC content available for $9.99. And the retail edition includes both for $39.99. So there you go. Not really a savings with the retail edition. It's pretty much the same price if you get
pretty much the same thing. Just if you want the physical copy, you're getting it all together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Then we have some more SNK Heroines news. Tag Team Frenzy. We have the newest trailer providing an overview of the characters and features. And this game is jam-packed with characters and features. So if you guys are interested in this game, do check out the trailer. I have the special edition for this ordered, and I think this comes out, if I recall, in September. So there's still some time to go yet until it releases. So keep your eyes out for SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, everyone. All right, and then Capcom has given us some Mega Man 11 news. And what's this news?
Yes, well, I don't remember what character it was a while back that they announced, but now they have introduced Torchman. So they went into some details about what... Oh, Blastman was the one they talked about last time. Now they're talking about Torchman and what those levels will be like.
Awesome. Yeah, so I forget which character it was as well, who we talked about before, but we have Torchman on screen, so that's pretty cool. And Dank asks, where's the sponsor perks like icons and emotes for YouTube? They are there when you become a sponsor. You have to become a sponsor to see the perks and get the perks. We have 2 emotes right now for sponsors. I'm sure Jake could help you. If you're still a sponsor, you can show Dank what they are. If not, Anita can if she's here. I don't think she is, though, right now. But we have Judd emote, and we have a heart right here as well. Those are the emotes. So yeah, become a sponsor. You can see those, but more so than that, become a sponsor so you get shout outs from me too. All right, more often. All right, so Gust released some new details about how exploration will work in the Legendary Alchemists. That's pretty cool. And this is the town building style of game, right, for this game?
Right, yes. This is the town building spin-off, and so you're going to be going out exploring to gather materials, but it sounds like exploration will sort of be automatic, so you're going to move automatically, and then you'll need to fight enemies that you encounter along the way. Okay.
That sounds really interesting. All right, so guys, moving along from the release or trailers and details to updates and DLC. All right, so we have some DLC for Hollow Knight. And what's this called?
Yeah, so this is the Gods and Glory DLC, and they called it DLC, but I believe it's also sort of an update because it's just free. So that's coming on August 23rd. Of course, people really love Hollow Knight. So if you've been enjoying Hollow Knight, this is going to bring lots of new content, new characters, new boss fights, a new game mode too.
Oh, so, wow. Very cool. And this is free. This is the Gods and Glories DLC. I haven't played Hollow Knight at all. I haven't had time for it. I want to have time for it. I just don't have time. Have you played it, Samantha?
No, I haven't played it.
I've heard good things about it, though. I think 101 Leafy says it's really awesome. You have to play it, he said. Well, I wish I could. You gotta play it. You gotta play it. Well, I wish I could. I have to make time for it, but... Anyway, we have a new trailer introduces the Roach in Kirby Star Allies. And another trailer also introduces Dark Meta Knight. And those will be characters you can now friend, I believe, in Kirby Star Allies. So that's an update for Kirby Star Allies, which came out back in February already? I think so. Wow. Crazy. We're in July. We're like halfway through the year, which is pretty amazing. All right. And then we have another character being added to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 as DLC. And is this Kefla or Kefla?
I don't know because I'm not enough of a fan
here.
to know how to pronounce. I was going to say Kefla. That's how I would.
Yeah, probably Kefla. That's cool. I'm sure Dank
There's
is.
Probably some diehard fans who are cringing right now.
I know. It's like, how do you do all this? All these character names. Like, you try sitting here or in Samantha's chair and doing the same thing. All these Japanese names, especially. But unless you speak Japanese, then you probably know all these names pretty easily. All right. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we all know about this. This was released yesterday. This is version 1.6. And now, if you don't know, if you're under a rock, Samantha, what does this add to the game for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Yeah, so this adds Link wearing the Champion's Tunic as a new playable character. It also adds the Master Cycle Zero as a vehicle, as well as the Ancient Tires and the Paraglider. Yeah,
pretty cool. Pretty happy to see this. It makes sense. It's funny because we discussed this back. I'm not sure if it was a question from a viewer or regarding, I think it was about Mario Kart, like what's next for Mario Kart. And I think we both agreed that they're not going to be updating this game at all anymore. And here we are getting an update. I know. But this does really genuinely make sense, though, having this in it. Now, are we getting any more after this? That's the question. Do we know?
I don't think they've said yet.
Right. I mean, because the president said there's updates coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and is this the only thing he's talking about then, or what? We don't know, so I guess we'll see. People are saying, where's the more tracks and more characters? Yeah, I would love to see more tracks too, whether it be free DLC or even a paid pack. I don't know. But this is a nice surprise. It's nice to have for free. So there you go, guys. Your game should be updated if you have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so do check it out and ride around in Master Cycle Zero. Then a really cool announcement here for Yuka and Lele will both be added to Brawlout as a playable character. This is pretty exciting. This game released digitally back months ago, and I think the retail version is also out now, or you can pre-order it. I'm not quite sure, but that are being added. Those both characters, Ukulele, are being added to Brawlout as playable characters. It's really neat. So
yeah, so they're going to be together as a single player.
Together, character. Right? So one player, right? Makes sense. All right, guys. So if you're interested in Brawlout and Yuka and Lele, you can play with them in Brawlout. That's really cool. All right, so some 3DS news to talk about to wrap things up here for the first section of the podcast. We have some Hello Kitty news, kind of. Sanrio characters are being added to which game?
Well, this is a Picross game. They're getting their own Picross game.
That's really cool, I think.
Yeah, so Sanrio characters Picross for the 3DS, that came out yesterday. So that's your sort of thing.
Yeah, well, these games are actually pretty popular. People like Picross. Maybe in Japan mostly, I don't know, but I know a lot of people who like this game over here too. A lot of my friends like it, and so there you go. Yeah, we have all the Hello Kitty characters there. We have Hello Kitty and all of the others who I don't know what they are. But we played Hello Kitty Cruisers on my late night show last Friday, which was actually kind of fun with BWA Switch. It was kind of fun. We had her here in studio. And Yoshi Plays says, Eddy was streaming earlier today. Yeah, this is my third stream today, actually. We're doing a lot of stuff on Facebook. YouTube isn't what it used to be. But we'll still be doing stuff to YouTube, don't worry. But just it was easier to do a couple streams to Facebook really quickly, and that's where we were. So if you're not on Facebook, get on there and make an account. You don't even need to have a real name on there. Just put a regular name of, whatever you want on there, really. And just a black and white picture of nobody. Just a generic avatar could be you, and you can be on Facebook. All right, so Samantha, that wraps up the entire News Bites here for this week.
We have a WarioWare trailer.
Oh, we do. Yeah. It's kind of it's hidden there at the very end. I saw a conclusion. You're right. Yeah. So WarioWare is actually really important too, because this game comes out to the 3DS. Do we have a date for this? I forget. It's later this year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me double check that quick. I thought there was a.
Well, as she checks this, yeah, we do have a trailer for WarioWare Gold. And this is the Japanese overview trailer, so check out the link to that trailer. I think it's later.
August 3rd.
Oh, okay, so just a month away, or like a couple weeks away, actually. Wow, okay. It's really quick. Wow, okay. So this is coming up fast. I think Luigi's Mansion is later on this year then, I think, or next year. I don't remember. All of these games are meshing together.
Was it Bowser's Inside Story or Luigi's Mansion coming in 2019? I know one of them was coming in 2019.
Yeah. Inside Story is next year. But didn't they push Luigi's Mansion back? I had thought. I don't know.
I don't remember. Okay, the eShop says coming in 2018.
Okay, but no specific date for that.
Nothing specific.
Okay, yeah, I think it was like people were expecting to have it sooner, and they didn't get it, so... It'll probably be maybe a holiday title or something. But there you go, guys. We'll take a short break with Samantha here as we get our brains cleared up for the next segment, because this is a lot of news to talk about this week. And we'll be back here next week with more news, of course, too. So as we head into August already. So we'll be right back with Samantha and you guys, your questions after the break. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard. Grab the audio version of the Nintendo Chit-Chat podcast on iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or Player FM. Visit our website at NintendoChitChat.com and catch up on everything Nintendo. So support this podcast by blasting that like button, sharing the stream, and subscribing right now. You're listening to the NintendoChitChat podcast with your host, Eddy Ray and Samantha Lienhard.
All right, welcome back, guys, from our short break. Yeah, we have the time portal to do your questions, but first, before we do all that, I do want to bring Samantha back on and talk about a couple of games which she reviewed a couple of weeks back, I guess, and this is both regarding Inside and Limbo. So we have both of those reviews live on our website. We also post them to Facebook as well, as far as links go, so check out those. Now, a lot of people thought these games were kind of similar in scope, but I guess that's not really the case. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, I'll admit I'm a little biased because I didn't enjoy Limbo. I think I'm the only person in the world who didn't like Limbo.
That's okay.
But I did like Inside a lot. So to me, then there is clearly a gap between them. But again, I will say there are some obvious similarities between them too. You look at them, they're both these sort of dark, minimalist, 2.5D platformers with puzzles and death.
Right. Well, let's talk more about Inside then. Inside is this puzzle platformer game, and you're kind of thrown into the game like right away with the story. Is that right?
Right. Both of these games, both Limbo and Inside, are very vague on how you're starting. In fact, the most description you'll get is the most story outright that you'll get is when you read the eShop description, which is like one sentence that doesn't give you much to go on, because both just kind of toss you in and let you figure out. And Inside is especially odd in that way because you are in this sort of forest area and you're running and there are people with flashlights that seem to be trying to chase you and kill you, and they have dogs. And so, yes, I just kind of tosses you right into things. Trying
to survive, I guess, and stay alive here. Interesting. So how do the puzzles fit in with like the level design and things like that? Are they pretty challenging or easy from the get-go? How does it work?
So this, again, is one of the differences that I highlighted between the two games. So Limbo is really focused on brutal deaths and challenging puzzles. So Limbo really likes to just put you in situations where your character is going to die horribly, and then you're going to have to sort of trial and error your way through a few sections and then get these tricky puzzles figured out and tricky platforming sections and die many, many times to get through. Inside does sort of have similar sorts of puzzles, but it's not really focused on that as much. Like Inside is more like sitting and thinking, okay, how am I supposed to figure this out? And now I'll go and do this to get to the next section. And if you're dying Inside, it's usually more of a someone's chasing me. This is almost more of a stealth situation where you have to hide and move at the right time. So yes, if you're looking for challenging puzzles and challenging platforming, Limbo is more for that, where Inside uses them but is kind of more focused on its atmosphere.
So I guess you could say Inside's a bit more casual in that sense as far as the puzzles go and the gameplay goes?
I guess I would say Inside is not very gameplay-centric.
Okay. So Limbo is kind of like, it's almost frustrating to a point. I guess it could happen. You could find it frustrating at first with the puzzles being more challenging and I guess dying a lot more. But that's pretty cool. And both of these were given to us by 47, I believe. So yeah, and I know you wanted me to do Limbo myself, but I didn't have time to do it. So I apologize for making you do that.
That's all right.
But yeah, I appreciate you doing these articles too. So we have the full review for Inside on our website, NintendoChitChat.com. And then we had Samantha do an article a little bit different than a review. This regarding the top three differences between Limbo and Inside. So,
and the story for Inside is very odd. I couldn't quite tell you what it's about. I went through most of the game saying, "What is this about?" But it's very
interpretation.
Interesting at the same time. Yeah.
Interesting.
It almost feels like you're playing, I think I mentioned in one of the articles, it almost feels like you're playing through a dream. Like the way dreams kind of don't always make sense and odd things happen and you just kind of keep going and things get weirder. Inside feels like that at times. It's very interesting.
Very cool. And so both of these games are available, of course, in the Switch eShop. So if you're interested in those, do check this out. Just wanted to kind of discuss those with Samantha really quickly here on the podcast for today. It's been sitting on the website there for a couple of weeks, so I wanted to discuss that with her and get the information to you guys as well. So go check out those articles, both on the website right now. Any last-minute words for both of these games, Samantha?
Nothing in particular. Like I said, I've enjoyed Inside better. And I would recommend, if you like ambiguous stories and sort of weird, dark, atmospheric things, I would definitely recommend Inside. It's very interesting.
I think Golden Hawk, one of our subscribers, might like Limbo more just because of that nature. I think he's like that kind of person. So if he's not, I apologize. But I think he is. That's very cool. All right. So guys, we have our time portal coming up in a little bit, issue 24 actually, which is really nice. But first we have your questions and also the NCC Player Spotlight. So let's go right into the questions for this week. We have it all ready to go here. All right, so if you want to submit a question for the podcast, you can do so emailing us, NintendoChitChat@gmail.com, or join our Discord. Always find the link for Discord easily by going to one of our YouTube videos. In the links, in the descriptions, you'll find it right there. The invite link is right there. And let me get rid of this one chat here that I think crashed on me here. It looks like Facebook comments crashed. I'll get rid of that on the stream. All right. So the first question is, we have 3 of them today. Let me get to it. The first one, I forget who the first one was. It is, okay, Silver Fox, Hannah. She is a regular subscriber and community member. She asks, are there any Nintendo characters you would want to see become amiibo? And I couldn't really think of any besides one who I discussed before. But I'll let Samantha go first. So Samantha, you don't really collect amiibo, do you?
I don't own a single amiibo.
Okay. So it makes sense. Some people love them like me, some don't. But if you could choose one character who is not already available, who would you choose?
Well, I was trying to think about, so I approached the question sort of from the perspective of what character might convince me to get an amiibo. And so I was thinking maybe some sort of Ace Attorney character, if that counts. You know, it's sort of Capcom characters, but they've always been Nintendo characters too. So yeah. Phoenix Wright, Miles Edgeworth, someone like that. I'd get one of those amiibos.
I never thought about that. I'd be really, really cool actually to see. Yeah, I actually want to see more third-party amiibo. We've gotten some, Shovel Knight, of course. We have some through Smash as well, and a few others being sprinkled upon us through like Capcom and such. But I do want to see a Nintendo character. I want to see Judd from Splatoon. So that'd definitely be one that I'd like to see. Other than that, I'm not quite sure. I've thought of ones, and I'm like, oh wow, there's already been one of those made because of Smash Bros. Like Captain Falcon already. We have Star Fox. We have quite a number of these. But let us know in chat what you would want to see be made for amiibo, whether it be a Nintendo character or third-party character who is not already existing as amiibo. So let us know in chat. Yeah, mine is Judd. That's about all I have for that, though. But good question, Silver Fox or Hannah. Thanks so much for that. Our next question is Megan. Megan asks, what are you looking forward to in the coming holiday months? A few games. Some I can't even remember what they are because there's many games coming out. But one of them is Valkyria Chronicles 4, and that's more fall, I think. Or is it December? I don't remember now. I know I have it pre-ordered, but I forget. But I know I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to Mario Party on the Switch. Those are my main 2 games. Of course, Smash Bros. Too. Can't forget that. But those are my main 2 or 3 games. So Samantha, what are you looking forward to the most for holidays?
Well, if we include fall in there too, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to The World Ends With You Final Remix.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
And of course, the Xenoblade DLC should be coming up. When is that? September, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And then Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, that is coming up in the winter too. Can you tell what my favorite genre is? I sit here listing off.
Sports games. Yeah, that's really cool though. Yeah, like some of these dates they mish and mash so much together. It's tough to remember what some dates are for these games. But again, SNK Heroines for me, that's September-ish. I call anything from September on the holidays because really it is nowadays. But yeah, so SNK Heroines, RPG Maker Fez, or not Fez, RPG Maker for the Switch, I should say, which I think is next year though. So there you go. That could be holiday for next year. Who knows? But those are my most looking forward to games for the Switch. We have people saying Smash in chat. Hey, Golden, just saw you there. I just talked about you earlier, Golden, regarding some games. Golden, have you played Limbo? If not, look it up and let me know if that's the kind of game you might like. But good to see you in chat. Dank says Smash Bros. Ultimate as well for games he's looking forward to for holiday months. Yeah, so most of those I'm pretty hyped for. No Mario Party for you, Samantha?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not much of a multiplayer person, so the kind of lower on my list, but I was excited to see Mario Party returning.
Especially the changes.
No car.
Yeah, exactly. And a little bit of online mode, too, mixed in, so that's kind of nice to see. So I'm more hyped for those two kind of features being added or taken away from Mario Party. No car and online. That's cool. That's a win-win for me. Oh, there you go. So Golden has Limbo on the Switch. And did you like it or not? Golden, let us know. We're discussing Inside and Limbo with Samantha earlier, so let us know in chat, and I'll say it on the podcast here live. All right, our third question. Thanks, Megan, for that. JKW, Laggy Raccoon, asks, what do you think of Nintendo releasing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe updates? And again, mentioned this earlier during the discussion, the news bites regarding the update for the new Breath of the Wild cycle, and yeah, I was stunned, actually, like I said, because I was expecting to have either a new game in a couple of years or just to be talking about Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game coming. I'm not sure if we'll get anything else, though, after this little update. So, Samantha, kind of cover over what we did before. What do you think about all of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe updates?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought they were done with it and were going to move on. But if they want to keep releasing new updates, then that's great. Maybe I'll get it.
Yeah.
Depending on what the updates are.
Yeah, I mean, if there are going to be free updates, that can be like minor, like we had with the Master Zero cycle being added. But I wouldn't mind having a DLC pack of some new tracks and some characters too. So we'll see. Hey, if they want to do that with this game, so be it. I'll play it more and more. So you guys said that Golden loved Limbo. I thought he would. That's the kind of games he likes, and I thought he would. So there you go, Samantha. I was right with that one. I know Golden. I know him. I know his personality type. That's really cool. Thanks, Golden, for mentioning that. So those are our questions. Thanks to JKW, Megan, and Hannah. And again, guys, give us your questions via email or in Discord, and the more you ask, the better. We have some to choose from every week. So start posting your questions now for next week's podcast, episode 28. All right, so our NCC Player Spotlight goes to, no drum roll, just an imaginary drum roll in your head, goes to Demetrius123. And he's been with us for a long time, and he's been really active in Discord and also in our YouTube comments, watching all of our videos and commenting almost every day about what he likes in our videos. So congrats to you, Demetrius123. You are our player spotlight for this week. And if you didn't make it this week, don't worry. We have a few in mind, again, for the next few weeks coming up for the podcast, the rest of this month and into August. So keep commenting and participating, and you can have your very name on this podcast right here. So congratulations to Demetrius. We'll be adding you to our Discord Hall of Fame at the end of the podcast. So everyone say congratulations to him. And that wraps up that. So Samantha, it is time for our time portal. And this is issue 24. We have some hardware mixed in here too, which is really nice. Was it hard finding things for this week?
No, not really. There's actually quite a few. I had to narrow down a little bit.
Cool. All right, so we have 4, I believe, for you. So issue 24 for the time portal. So we dive back into history regarding Nintendo events, games, hardware, software. We have the the Famicom, actually. And this was released all the way back in the 80s. What date specifically?
Yeah, so this was July 15th, 1983. That's where it all began.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm like searching for images for the Famicom. All I see is like the Famicom Mini. Because it's so popular right now too, bringing nostalgia back. So yeah, 1983 is the Famicom for Japan. Of course, if you guys don't know, this is what we got over here as the NES. So there you go. All right, and then July 16th, we have Shin Megami Tensei 4 comes to North America. On what date? What year, I should say?
Yeah, so we're jumping forward quite a bit here because this was 2013. July 16th, 2013 is when Shin Megami Tensei 4 came to the 3DS in North America.
Awesome. Have you played this one, Samantha?
I have not, no.
Me either. I own it, though, but I have not. Mine's still wrapped up, though. I have the special edition with the book and everything, and I think the soundtrack, too, so very cool. Yeah, this came out to the 3DS 5 years ago already. All right. Then some Final Fantasy IV to talk about, too. This is for July 19th. And what's the date for this?
Yeah, so this was July 19th, 1991. That is when Final Fantasy IV first came out in Japan. And I mentioned here in the article that in a way it sort of changed the Final Fantasy series forever, because this was the first game that introduced the active time battle system. And it was also the first Final Fantasy game that really focused heavily on its story and characters.
Very cool. So nice mix of Famicom, Shin Megami Tensei 4, and Final Fantasy 4. That's really cool. And let us know, guys, if you played any of these games, or if you have a Famicom, let us know if you collect video game consoles. I'm always watching the chat here to see what you guys say. And Frank has a question for you, too. So, Frank, ask it in chat here, and I'm sure Samantha will see it, or I can ask her on the air as well. So, ask it right now so I don't miss it. But as we move on in the time portal, we have an arcade game for July 20th, 1983. So going back in time now. And this is Mario Bros. And this actually came to the North American arcades. Is that right?
Yes, so it was July 14th in Japan and then July 20th in North America. 1983, so we're sort of bookending the time portal with those two old dates there, was when Mario Bros. Came to arcades.
Very cool, and an awesome arcade game it is. And of course, we have the arcade archives now on the Switch too. And so Frank asks, is there any Pikmin 4 news? And of course, I could answer that, but Samantha's asking it to you. So Samantha, this just in. No.
No.
Nothing.
No, there has been no news. There hasn't been any news since, well, last June, which isn't terrible. June 2017, they confirmed that it was still in development, but they haven't said anything. I don't think there have even been any rumors.
This is the kind of game I think they're going to be doing, like, they'll announce it in a direct and it'll be available like a month or two later, probably. You know, I wish really that what they would do is do like a Pikmin collection of 1, 2, and even 3. Put them all together to kind of help publicize Pikmin 4, which would come maybe next year or something. I don't know. Just my thought. But it would be really nice to have those other 3 games together before we head into Pikmin 4. And of course we had Hey Pikmin on the 3DS too, but that's not Pikmin 4. And I think that was definitely told to be the case. That's not Pikmin 4, guys. So if you're wondering about Hey Pikmin, that's not Pikmin 4. So, all right, Samantha, great job on the time portal here. So we have the Mario Bros. Arcade Archives, Final Fantasy IV, Shin Megami Tensei 4, and the Famicom. Hardware, software, and an arcade game, too, all mixing together for the time portal. Thanks so much for that. And before we head out and end this podcast, any last-minute words you want to get in, Samantha? Anything you're working on or want to talk about?
Oh, well, I'll mention that the last time we had the podcast, I believe I was wondering what had happened to my copy of the N-sane trilogy because it never got its release date updated. But I did eventually end up contacting them and then got it on July 3rd, I believe. So not quite when I was expecting it, but I didn't have to wait all the way to when they thought it was going to come either.
And is that on your backlog, or are you playing it?
I'm actually playing it.
Nice.
I actually got a game and started playing it.
It's on my backlog. I wanted to play it so bad, but it's on my backlog right now. From doing the channel and some stuff and work full time, and it's just, this is one of the busiest times of the year for me. Summer and winter time are really busy for me, so it's very tough to play new games, but I will try. Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Awesome. And I want to mention too, you have something pinned to your Twitter. Do you want to mention that too before we head out?
Oh, yes. For those of you who like anime sorts of games and romance visual novels and things like that. I wrote the script for one called My Devil Girlfriend that came out now for Android devices. So if you can play Android games and you like that sort of thing, it is out there now.
Awesome. So go check that out, guys. And if you're on Twitter, make sure you follow Samantha Lienhard as well. And Frank did say something about Pikmin 2. At the end of Pikmin 3, there was a big cliffhanger teasing the 4th Pikmin game. And you are correct, Frank. So definitely, it's not in the grave. It will definitely come out. It's just a matter of when. And I think Nintendo's they probably have the game done, I think. I'm just guessing they do. I think they said a while ago it was already done or nearing completion, so they're probably just waiting the proper time.
I was just checking quick to make sure that there was no new news about it. Like, there was an article cited from 2014 saying Pikmin 4 is almost done. So, what happened?
Wow. Yeah, so I think they're really waiting for a good time to release it, probably too, with their schedule. This is my guess. There's so many things coming out now with releases, indies and eShop releases and bigger titles, so they probably don't want to have it buried with other things too. So maybe even beginning of next year would be nice to have it, maybe in Kirby's time slot right before Yoshi or something, just a guess. But thanks, guys. That is everything for the podcast. Thanks, Samantha. Good to have you back again for this episode. And we'll be seeing you and talking to you then for our podcast episode 28 next week. Have a good weekend.
All right, have a good weekend.
All right, take care. Everybody wish her a good weekend. And as we head out here, guys, don't forget to go to our YouTube channel, NintendoChitChat, and search for Turtle Pop, the game. Leave a comment in our gameplay video of that to be entered in for a chance to win a digital copy of that game. We'll give you about a week or so to enter. And thanks for joining us here. Good to see you, Amber, JKW, Demetrius, Yoshi. Good to see you all. Thanks very much. I'm Eddy Ray. We'll talk to you guys next week, if not before. Take care.
Support this podcast by blasting that like button, sharing the stream, and subscribing right now. Visit our website at NintendoChitChat.com and catch up on everything Nintendo.